A young American boy was learning in yeshiva, and in his dorm room hung pictures of the Gedolim of the time. And at the end of the row, there was a blank photograph, and on it he wrote, "Why not you?" That Talmud constantly motivated himself, and in turn, he eventually occupied that photo as one of our Gedolei Hadar, Rav Mordechai Gifter Zatzal. Growing up in Portsmouth, Virginia, he attended public school as a kid and had a once-a-week learning session with a rabbi. At the age of 13, when he went to attend Yeshivas Rabbeinu Yitzchak Elchanan, he only knew one blot Gemara and was placed in the beginner's shiur. Yet he had such a love for Torah that after he graduated high school, he made the decision to go learn in the Telz Yeshiva in Europe. And he turned into one of the sharpest minds in the yeshiva. And only 11 years after graduating high school, when he was a Rav in Waterbury, Connecticut, he was already recognized as one of the Gedolim of our time. Rav Gifter's desire to hold on to every word of Torah was so precious. One time, while they were on the way to the wedding of his youngest son, one of his grandsons was in the car and was talking and learning with Rav Gifter. And he asked him a kasha on Tosis, yet Rav Gifter clearly had a flicker of pain on his face at the time. Well, at that moment, his son cried out, "Oh no, I forgot the wedding ring." They quickly turned around to retrieve it, and when he left the car, Rav Gifter began to cry. He was literally shaking as he said to his grandson, "Well, of course it's preferable to get married with a ring, but one can get married with a nickel or a dime. But Zvikala Gewalt, ich hab vergessen die Tosfos. Zvikala, oh no, I forgot a Tosfos." Rav Gifter was described as the prince of the Torah Renaissance in America. He pushed the generation to shift their mindset toward making Amelus Batorah the force behind their Jewish life, as he understood that that was the key towards building Yiddishkeit after the horrors of the Holocaust. And Rav Gifter took his training and his exposure to the Amelus Batorah of European Jewry and brought that to the next generation, serving on the Anhala and eventually as Rosh Yeshiva of the Telz Yeshiva in Cleveland for 55 years. His deep love for Torah left a lasting impression on thousands of Talmidim from various backgrounds that came to him from all across the globe. He elevated his Talmidim to grow and to live life by a higher standard. Rav Gifter believed in his Talmidim, that they could maximize their limitless potential and become as great as they could be. There were two brothers from Chicago that were learning in Telz that found out that unfortunately their father had passed away. And Rav Gifter understood that after the Shiva they would have to stay at home to be able to help support the family. Well, immediately, Rav Gifter traveled to Chicago. He found two Askanim that told the mother that they would fully support her in whatever they need. And after the Shiva, the boys were able to go back to the yeshiva. Rav Gifter was blessed with many talents, including his powerful oratory skills and his incredible passion and energy, which he utilized to open the minds and the hearts of Klal Yisrael and to inspire the masses. As a member of the Moetzes Gedolei Torah, he utilized the Agudas Yisrael platform to serve as a spokesman for Torah Jewry. Rav Gifter was an ish emes who wanted to spread the truth that needed to be said and to stand up for the honor of the Torah and the honor of Hashem. Whether the issues were halachic or social matters related to alternative forms of Judaism, Rav Gifter would stand up and let the emes be known to all. There was a story about a Jewish store in Cleveland that rumors began to spread regarding a worker that was on the roof on Shabbos. And of course, the business began to plummet. Well, the owners, who never called this man to come on Shabbos, went to talk to Rav Gifter. And Rav Gifter investigated and he verified that they did nothing wrong. Well, the next morning, Rav Gifter got up early and he made the trek from Telz to Cleveland Heights. And in front of numerous people, he proudly walked into the store and made a purchase. And Rav Gifter continued this routine daily until business was better than ever. He always had time for others. It didn't make a difference who the needy individual was, where they came from, or what they wanted. One time, Rav Gifter and a community askan received a phone call about a 19-year-old Israeli boy whose kidneys were failing and who needed to come to the Cleveland Clinic to receive dialysis and for a kidney transplant. Rav Gifter himself made numerous phone calls to find an apartment for the mother to stay, but that wasn't enough for him. He went to the store and purchased pots and pans. He then went to the supermarket to stock the apartment with food so that she should feel comfortable. And ultimately, when the hospital said he no longer needed to be an inpatient, Rav Gifter, without any hesitation, brought the boy to stay in the yeshiva. And on the 23rd of Teves, 5761, Klal Yisrael lost the Telzer Rosh Yeshiva, Rav Mordechai Gifter. Let us always remember the incredible life of Rabbi Gifter Zatzal, how a regular American kid went on to become one of the Gedolei Hador. Never forget his immense love for Torah, his desire to grow, his unwavering commitment for MS, and his love for every single Yid. And right now, let's ask ourselves the same question that Rabbi Gifter did. Why not you?